Hello out there. This is Lucas, of course. After all that research into the Lucid Man, I needed a break. So, I thought I'd read another one of Norman's journals. Here we go. Another cryptid case file. August 4th, 1964. It's decided. I'm finally going after the Abominable Snowman. I've never seen any of the big apes for myself, and I figured it was about damn time I did. I chose the snowman because sightings have really picked up in the past 10 years. Hell, even Hillary tried looking for it. I do appreciate that he's brought more awareness to monsters, but it would be kinda nice to accomplish something that the man who climbed Everest couldn't. August 5th. I'll be looking for the snowman in Nepal. I leave tonight. August 7th. Nothing new. Still en route. August 9th. Finally in Nepal. Not sure where to start. August 26th. I've been making my way through the country. I don't even know where I am anymore. Some little village at the base of a mountain. Locals seem to think this is the right place. But if I want to find the snowman, I'm gonna need to climb that mountain. Time to get supplies. September 3rd. I've got all my supplies. I got a guide, too. Prakash. He claims to be familiar with the snowmen. He also told me that I need to bring an offering for them, whatever that means. I'll figure that out tomorrow. We leave the morning after that. September 10th. It's been 6 days since we started our trek up the mountain. I'm starting to acclimate to the altitude, but it's still tough going. At least I'm not nauseous anymore. Prakash says we have at least another week to go before we reach the snowmen. Or, as he calls them, yete. I guess it means something like rock thing. He says others call it the Migoi, wild man. I think I'll just stick with snowman. September 18th. I am so damned cold and tired. Every day on this mountain is the same. I miss Judy and Patty. Think about them a lot. There's not much else to do here. I just hope they understand. Every day out here, every day I'm away from home, I have to remind myself this is important work. I can't imagine what would happen to these creatures if OS found them instead of me. September 20th. Prakash says we're close. Since we began our expedition, I've asked him if he's ever seen one of the snowmen himself, and he's always deflected, until today. I think we've spent enough time together that he finally trusts me. He says he's met the snowmen many times before. The Yete are protectors of people and of the mountain. Prakash says that his family and the Yete have taken care of each other for generations. September 21st. After hiking for about an hour this morning, we finally reached some kind of crude altar made out of rocks. At the top of the altar was a roughly carved stone figure I assumed to be Buddha. Prakash said that it was time to leave out my offering. So I placed the flowers and incense at the base of the altar and returned to his side. Prakash took out his prayer beads and began praying. Or meditating. Even after seeing him do this every day since we set out, I still don't know much about his beliefs. Anyway, while he did that, I thought I would try using my sixth sense. I closed my eyes, spread my hands open, and tried to focus. Eventually it worked. It's the damnedest thing, though. The moment I sensed it, Prakash stopped praying and said that it was here. I opened my eyes, and sure enough, there it was. An enormous, rust-colored ape stood halfway between us and the altar, its back turned to us. I don't know how I didn't hear it coming. Prakash resumed praying, and the Yete approached the altar. It took my offering and turned to face us for a moment before it disappeared back into the snow. It was so serene. After a few minutes, I asked Prakash how he knew that the creature was there at the same time that I did. He cracked a smile and asked me how I knew it was there at the same time he did. I tried describing to him my sixth sense and asked if he had a similar power. He simply claimed that anything was possible through the Bodhisattvas. September 22nd. We started the journey back down the mountain today. It seems that the tracks we made on our way up are still visible, and I started noticing an extra set of tracks alongside them, much larger than our own. I asked Prakash about it. He said the Yeti had been following us the entire time. He said they always follow travelers on the mountain, and help those in danger. I asked why we had to make our way to the altar, if the Yeti had been with us the whole time. Prakash said that the Yeti prefer to remain hidden, and only appear to those they judge pure of heart. I don't know what kind of test they use, but I guess I passed. October 5th. We finally made it back to town this morning. I thanked Prakash and bid him farewell. It's time for me to sleep in a warm bed again. Okay, so, wow. Norman found the Yeti. Obviously, the Abominable Snowman is still one of the most well-known cryptids in the world. And everything about it definitely makes it seem like a relative of the Sasquatch, both from the sketch Norman drew of a large bipedal ape, and also its behavior. Just like Bigfoot, it seemed to stay hidden until it knew Norman didn't pose a threat. Oh, and something else to note. Everyone always depicts the Yeti as being covered in white fur. I know that's how I always picture it, but Norman called it rust-colored. I looked into it, and it turns out that a lot of sightings do actually describe it as having reddish-brown fur. But, that's all for today. I'm sure you'll be hearing from us again real soon. Bye for now!
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes or tell a friend. It really helps others find the show.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com.
Check out any of these pages to see other projects we're working on, as well as a new cryptid sketch every Monday after the new episode.
Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.